Let's do this. All right. So, yeah. Hello, everyone. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through one of my portfolio projects called Bildtransformator. Okay. So, Bildtransformator is an image processing platform similar to Cloudinary that allows users to upload images, transform them, manage them, and share them. Okay. So, if you don't know what Cloudinary is, let me show you. Okay. All right, so here is a quick results from the web. Okay, so Cloudinary is a software as a service, also known as a SaaS. Okay, a SaaS platform that provides cloud-based media management for websites and mobile applications. Okay, so it automates the entire life cycle of images and videos, including upload, storage, manipulation, optimization, delivery via the cloud. Sorry, delivery via the global content delivery network (CDN). Okay, but that's not really necessary. What's it's like in simple terms, what it does is you can upload images or videos on the platform, which is Cloudinary, okay, and then you can like manipulate them or optimize them and so on, okay. But you can simply store the media there, okay, yeah. So that's what Cloudinary does, okay. Great. So yeah, I built this platform similar to that software as a service Cloudinary. Okay, and this time, it also allows you to upload images, only images. So this one doesn't include videos. Okay, so you can upload images, you can apply transformations on a similar to how Cloudinary is. Okay, and you can manage them. Manage here means you can delete or like yeah, basically delete. That's the only management you can do here. Okay, and then you can share them. Okay, so the sharing here means that other users on the platform can also see the images that you have uploaded. Okay, so it's kind of serving three functions. Okay, so first of all, it's functioning like Google Photos. Okay, whereby you can simply upload your images to the cloud there, so it's going to store them for you. Okay, and whenever you want to access them, you can simply go to the platform and retrieve them by downloading or something. You get it? Okay. Yeah. And then secondly, it's serving as Cloudinary itself in terms of the transformation. Okay. And then thirdly, it's serving like a social media platform like Instagram. Okay. So that's where the sharing comes in. Okay. So you can make your images, your uploaded images or your transformed images, you can make them public so that other users on the platform can see them, okay, and they can like and download them as well. Okay, great. So yeah, um so this project was inspired by one of the intermediate projects from the backend roadmap on developer roadmaps. Okay, so here it is. Okay, let me show you. uh yeah, yeah, this is the project. Okay, so that's the last intermediate project on the backend roadmap. This is the backend roadmap. Okay, the projects of the backend roadmap. Okay, that's the last intermediate one. Okay, and I submitted my solution about 8 months ago. Let me show you. Okay, yeah, that's my solution. Okay, I submitted it like 8 months ago. Okay, but my solution the solution I submitted 8 months ago was just the API only. Okay, so the project is actually just an API project, like only backend, okay, only the server side. Okay, and recently I revamped it into this complete full stack application. Okay, so this way it's much easier to access it. Okay, yeah, but this is the API only version. There's the API only version of the current implementation. The revamped version. Okay, but earlier the API was also similar to this. Okay, just that I've modified some of the APIs and I've removed some and I've added new ones as well. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying earlier, it was originally built as a backend only service, and I recently revamped it into this complete full stack application. Okay, great. So let's begin by going through the features. Okay, so that's the point of this video. Okay, I'm going to walk you through the features of the application so that you can try it out if you're interested. Okay, good. All right, so yeah, I'm going to walk you through the features of application, but before that, let's explore the project details on roadmap SH. Okay, or developer roadmaps. Okay. Great. So the project involves creating a backend system for an image processing service similar to Cloud9. Okay. And the service will allow users to upload images, perform various transformations, and retrieve the images in different formats. Okay. So the system will feature user authentication, image upload, transformation operations, and efficient retrieval mechanisms. Okay. So here are the requirements. But I hope this makes sense. Okay. These are just the slides that like I was mentioning earlier. Okay. So these are the requirements. The features that we should implement. Okay. So first of all, we have to implement user authentication. So users should be able to sign up. They should be able to log into their account, and we have to use JWT authentication. Okay. So that one is checked. Next is image management. Okay. So users should be able to upload their images, apply the various transformations such as resizing, cropping, rotating, and watermark. Okay, applying watermark to their images. Okay, and the next is retrieving the image. So they should be able to retrieve their images in different formats, and then next they should be able to list the images like the various uploaded images. Okay, it's quite similar to the previous feature retrieve image. Okay. Great. Next is image transformation. So here, they've given us some various transformations that we can implement. So there is resize, there is scrub, there is rotate, there is watermark, there is flip, mirror, compress, there is change format, and there is apply filters. Okay. So I only applied a few of these, but in the initial implementation, I think I applied most of them. Okay, but in the full stack version, I trimmed some of them to make it much easier and straightforward to use. Okay, good. So we'll get there soon. Let's just finish it this one. All right. So how to implement? They give us some suggestions on how to implement. So we have the API for creating an account, for signing in, for uploading an image, for applying transformation to an image, to retrieving an image, and then also to get like a list version with pagination. Okay, great. So next is the tips. They give us some tips. So we have a suggestion about using either AWS S3 or Cloudflare R2 or Google Cloud Storage to store the images. Okay. So yeah, before I continue, I want to like let you know that in the initial API only implementation, I used the AWS there. Okay, but in the current full stack version, I migrated from that into to Cloud9. Okay, so that's quite some way because the point is to build something similar to Cloud9, but I'm also using Cloud9 as the image storage. Like that's the only thing I'm using it for. I'm not using it for the transformation themselves. Okay, so I'm only using Cloud9 for the image storage. Okay, yeah. And the main reason I migrated from AWS S3 to Cloud9 is because my 12 months free trial ended. Okay, so when you create a new account on AWS, you have this 12 months free trial to use their services like EC2 or S3. Okay, yeah. So my period has ended and I don't want to get charged, so I just terminated the services. Okay, great. So I'm using Cloud now, which is free. Okay, to store the images. Great. So next is some image processing libraries for the for the application of the transformations. Okay, so what I'm using here is a library called Sharp. Okay, so this is a JavaScript library or Node.js library. Okay, and from this search results, you can see that Sharp is a high performance, memory efficient Node.js library for processing images. Okay, so it is widely used in web development for tasks like resizing, cropping, converting images between different formats. Okay, yeah, so that's what I'm using under the hood for the image transformations. Okay, let me close this one. All right, yeah, and The next is to add rate limiting. So I did that as well, and the rate limit I used is 6 requests per minute. Okay, so you can only make a maximum of 6 transformations in 1 particular minute. Okay, yeah. And the next is also caching. Okay, so the reason why caching is necessary here is the transformation is very consuming. Okay, so without caching, like for each request, we will have to apply that kind of consuming transformation at each kind of transformation. Okay, so let me make an example. Let's say I want to resize an image. Okay, so I'm applying the same transformation, like let's say resize from 1080 to like 720. Okay, if I keep making the same request, okay, without caching, it's going to apply the consuming transformation each time. Okay, but with caching, I'm going to store the results of the first implement the first processing. Okay, so when I make the exact same request again, to just going to retrieve the initial results, and then without redoing the consuming transformation. How that makes sense? Okay, so the next is also error handling and validation. That's also done, and the final one is using a message queue like RabbitMQ or Kafka to process the image transformations asynchronously. Okay. Yeah. So like I was saying, the image transformations is very consuming. Okay. In terms of processing power and also time. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why I have to do it asynchronously. Okay. And one of the reasons why I have to cache it. Okay. So asynchronously here means like I send a request, and then the server is going to send a response right away to let me know that the transformation is going on asynchronously. Okay, so once it's done, I can send the results back either through WebSockets or another way. Okay, but I am using WebSockets for the implementation. Okay, but I didn't use RabbitMQ or Kafka for the asynchronous processing. What I used is BullMQ. Okay, it's quite similar to RabbitMQ. Okay, great. So yeah, this is the project details, and let's go right into the actual features for build transformator. Okay, yeah. And if you're wondering what build transformator means, okay, it's actually a German word. Okay, so build is image, and transformator means transformer. Okay, so image transformer. Okay, I find it hard to come up with names for my projects. Okay, so I just like wrote down what I want to do. Okay, image transformer. Okay, and then I just translate it into a new language. Okay, yeah, which is German in this case. Okay, so build transformator. Yeah, great. So let's begin with the features of build transformator. Okay, so I'm going to start with authentication and authorization. All right. Okay. So give me a few minutes. Let me do some adjustments here. All right. So yeah, from the project details, you see we are required to implement authentication, and yeah, just authentication, yeah, okay. But I included authorization as well. Okay, it's very necessary. Okay. So authentication here means that the user should be able to sign up and sign in into the account, okay, to access the application. Okay. And authorization means like they should be able to access only the resources that belongs to them. For example, only they can only access their own uploaded images or their own transformed images. Okay. Great. So let me begin by creating an account for a new user, okay, to demonstrate the sign up. Okay. So when you go to get started, you'll be taken to the create an account page, but let me do this in a new tab. I don't want to get away from this tab. Okay. So let me go back to the home page here. Okay. Yeah. So let me do it here. All right. So sign up, you have to provide your name. So let me use John Doe. Sorry. Let me use John Doe here. John Doe. And John Doe at gmail.com. And a password. Okay. Let me sign up. All right. So there's this uh, what should I call it? Validation, okay, to ensure that you are entering a correct password. Sorry, a strong password, okay. So a strong password must have at least 8 characters including a number, a capital letter, a small letter, and a special character. Okay, so in this case, what you are lacking is a special character. It's fine to see my password because this is just some random user. I'll delete later on. Okay. All right. So I'm going to sign up. All right. So this is the sign up. Okay. Great. So once that I'm done signing up, I'll be taken to the homepage. Okay. So when you are signed in, you see something like this. Okay. But when you are signed out, you see this landing page. Okay. But when you are signed in, you'll see this dashboard. Okay. Great. So after signing up, it will automatically signs you in. But let me demonstrate the sign in again by signing out and then signing in. Okay. Yeah. So successfully signed out. Let me sign in with the new logins. John Doe. Okay. Great. All right. So yeah, this is authentication. Okay. So user can sign up, user can sign in. Okay. The next in is password reset. Okay. So let me sign out to show you that, but I'm not going to demonstrate it right now. Okay. So let's say I'm going to sign in and I've forgotten my password. Okay, so it will take me to this forgot password page, and I'll provide the email that I used to sign up. Okay, so in this case, I use john.gmail.com, which is not a valid email, so I'm not going to demonstrate a forgot password. Okay, but if you use a valid email to create that account, okay, if you provide it here, it's going to send you a link to reset your password. Okay, and if you click on that link, it's going to take you to a page like this. I'm showing. Okay, let me see. Think it's talking. Yeah, it's talking. All right, it's going to take you a page like this. Okay, so as you can see from the URL, it's attaches a token to the URL. Okay, so this token is going to be included along with this new password that you apply. Okay, and if the token is valid and then you've entered a password that meets the validation rules, that's the strong password validation rules, then your password is going to be reset and you can now sign in with that new password. Okay, so you can't sign in anymore with the old password. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Great. So because I use a random email, I'm going to just continue. Okay, but if you use a correct email, the forgot password functionality works perfectly. Okay, good. All right, so let's sign back into user application. Okay, great. Another thing in relation to the auth is account deletion. Okay, which I'm going to demonstrate at the later end of the video. Okay, yeah. All right, so yeah, the next feature I would like to talk about is this dashboard view. Okay, but yeah, before that, let me just quickly go through this landing page view. Okay, so this is a hero and this is a feature section. Okay, so first of all, you can you can store and manage your image securely in the cloud. Okay, just like Google Photos, like I was saying earlier. Okay, and then you can access the images anywhere, anytime. So what that means is you can upload an image. Let's say you are using a web version. Okay, you can upload it. I mean, you are using your laptop. Okay, so if you open the application on your laptop, you can upload your image there, and then you can open it, the browser, I mean the application link, on your phone. Okay, and you will still be able to access the uploaded image. Okay, so like Google Photos. Okay, great. Next is image transformations. Okay, so the transformations that I'm supporting are resizing, rotating, applying grayscale, and tint. Okay, tint is like applying some kind of color. Okay, on the image. All right, and that one is similar to the culinary feature. Okay, so culinary allows you to apply image transformations to images. Okay, next is social sharing. So social sharing here means that you can share images. So you upload your image, by default they are private. Okay, that means they're only accessible to you. Okay, but you can choose to make your image public, and then other users on the platform will be able to see it. Okay, so this is similar to Instagram. Okay, like a social media. Great. And others can like your image. Okay, that one is this one. Okay, so that's the social engagement. So users can like and interact with public images from other users. Okay, great. And it's easy to upload an image using a simple drag and drop functionality. Okay, and then the image transformations can be applied in any order. So you can choose to, let's say, resize, then rotate, then grayscale, then tint. Okay, or you can choose to make it, you apply the tint, apply the grayscale, apply the rotation before applying the resize in any particular order that you choose. Okay, great. So those are the six main features of build transformator. Okay, and this is um the secondary hero section, I think, and this is the footer section. Okay, so these are my social handles, and this is yeah, buy me coffee link. Okay, great. So let's get back to the actual dashboard. Okay, so when you sign out, you see the landing page. When you're signing in, you see the dashboard. Okay, the dashboard provides you with some statistics. Okay, including the total images that you've uploaded, with the count of how many of them are private and how many of them are public, the total transformations, also including the private count and then the public count, the same for total downloads. Um, so whether I've downloaded normal or uploaded images, and then also transformed images. Okay, and then the likes to the number of uploaded images that you've liked and the number of transformed images that you've liked. Okay, and the total storage that you've used so far, and then the total images that are currently in the public images. Okay, so the total images that are public on the platform, they are currently 18. Okay, great. So there, it also provides some quick actions such as uploading a new image, which shows this dialog. Okay, and then viewing all your images, which takes you to your images page. Okay, so currently you don't have any image, and then a link to the public gallery. Okay, so here you can see all the images that others have uploaded on the platform, and you can view them, you can like them, you can download them. Okay, great. So let me go back to the homepage. Great, and it also shows you the recent images. Okay, so we don't have any image uploaded, so you have an action to upload a new image here. Okay, and next is the recent public images. So these are the most recent public images. Okay, it shows three here, and you can click on this to take you to the public images page to view all the public images. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is sign out and sign back in as a normal user on my own account. Okay, all right. So I'm going to sign in as Gideon. Okay, great. So I've signed in as Gideon. Okay, so as you can see, we have a different view here. Okay, so I have total of four images, all are public. I've done 11 total transformations. Okay, six are private, and then five I've made public, and then I've downloaded nine images, in total, seven normal images and two actual transformed images. Okay, and then I've liked 20 images, 15 were actual uploaded ones and five were transformed ones, and I've used a total of 52 megabytes for 17 for my uploaded images and 35 for the transformed images that I've done so far. Okay, and it's also showing a total of 18 public images. Okay, so the quick actions are still there, and these are my recent images that I uploaded. Okay, so when an image belongs to you, you see different kind of actions. Okay, so because these images belong to me, I can transform, I can unlike, I can That one is available to everyone, but I can choose to make it public or private, and I can also delete it. Okay, but when an image doesn't belong to you, you only see these three options. Okay, so either view, like or unlike, and download. Okay, great. So yeah, that's about the landing page and um dashboard. Okay, great. So let's move on to the next feature, which is image upload and management. Okay, so let's start with image upload. To make it fresh, I'm going to go back and sign in as John Doe, and then we'll continue from there. Okay. All right. So I'm signing as John Doe. Okay. Okay. Great. So I've signed in as John Doe. Okay. And now I'm going to upload a new image. So all I have to do is click here, and then drag and drop, or drop an image here, or I can um I can go to I can click on this component, and then it will open my images this thing to pick an image. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to choose an image. Which image shall I choose? Give me a few minutes. I'm picking an image. So I think I'm going to take one image of me. Yeah, let me use this to demonstrate it. So here's an image of me. When you upload an image, it gives you some various info about it. Okay, so the name of the image file, the size, and then the type. Okay, so this is a JPEG file. Okay, once you are done, you just click on upload, and it will be uploaded. Okay, so it is going to take a while, but it will finish very soon. Yeah, it's done. All right, so this is our newly uploaded image. Okay, and that's basically it about the um uploading image feature. Okay, so you can go to your images page, and you can see your uploaded image. Okay, yes. So the images page features these filtering, sorting, and pagination functionality. Okay, so what I mean is you can filter by name. Okay, so let's say you have a bunch of images here. They're going to be displayed nine at a time. I mean, yeah, they are paginated nine at a time. Okay, so what that means, in your initial load. Okay, so when you visit the images page initially, only nine of the uploaded images, that's if they reach nine or more, are shown. Okay, and if you scroll to the bottom, you can click on load more to include another nine, and so on. Okay, so not all your images, let's say you have 100 images, not all of them are going to be shown at once. Okay, so this will make it more optimum. It's an optimization feature. Okay, to make it more responsive and faster. All right, so you can search for a particular image by name here. You can also filter by size. Okay, so currently the minimum is 463 kilobytes here, and maximum is still because we just have only one image. Okay, and you can filter. Let's say we have multiple images, you can enter the min you want, you can enter the max too. Okay, so as you can see from here, it has to be in megabytes. Okay, so when I enter one here, I'm going to see nothing because I don't have an image that's a minimum of 1 megabyte. Okay, great. So let me go back. The max 2, if I apply one here, is going to work because this fits the filter. Okay, it's within the maximum of 1 megabyte range. Okay, and then you can also filter by format. So currently the only format you have is JPEG. Okay, and if you filter, it's going to show this too. Okay, all right. So there is also sorting. You can sort by upload dates, you can sort by name, you can sort by file size, you can sort by downloads, the downloads count. Okay, you can also sort by the likes count. Okay, great. So currently it has no likes. Let me go back to the default sort by dates newest first. Okay, great. So when you apply filter, let's say I'm searching for image, this. Okay, you can apply multiple filters. Okay, once you want to reset to default, you can just click on this clear filters and it will go back to normal images page. Okay, great. So next is yeah, once you've uploaded an image, the next thing you can do is apply transformations on it. Okay, so let's do that next. All right, so for image transformations, all you have to do is to click on this icon, okay, a button icon to open the transform image dialog. Okay, so this will show you a preview of the image you're about to transform. Okay, and then the various transformations that you can apply on it. Okay, so there's resize. For resize, you have to enter the new width and height that you want the you want to resize the image to. Okay, and then also you have to choose the fit mode. Okay, so whether it should contain, it should cover, it should fill, it should be inside or outside. Okay, the next transformation is rotate. Okay, so you have to enter a number between negative 360 to positive 360 degrees. Okay, so yeah, the next transformation is grayscale. Grayscale is basically black and white. Okay, so if you want to apply black and white, you just check this and then it's going to apply that transformation. And the final transformation is tint. So tint is basically applying like some kind of color filter to the image. Okay, so there are various formats you can apply them, either in normal language like red, or in in the hex code format like ash, and then the six color formats. Okay, and then in the RGB format, so you can do that. Okay, great. So let me show you an example by using simple grayscale. Okay, so I'm going to use simple grayscale. When you pick a transformation, it's going to show this transformation order. Okay, so actually let me add another transformation. Let me rotate it 180 degrees, so it's going to turn upside down. Okay, so now you have two transformations. So what you can do now is change the order. Okay, so you can either make grayscale comes first or apply grayscale first before rotating, or rotate then apply the grayscale. Okay, but in this case it doesn't really matter. So yeah, whether you rotate and apply grayscale, apply the grayscale, rotate, it's basically the same thing. Okay, so once you've chosen your various transformations, you click on the transform. Okay, and the transformation is going to begin asynchronously. Okay, so as you can see, you get a message saying that image transformation started. Okay, once it's done, you see this, it's going to emit the results, and then we can click on that dialog thing, and it's going to take us to the actual image. This is the images page. Okay, and on that image page you can see it's all its transformations. Okay, very cool. So you see how this works asynchronously. Okay, I apply the transformation, I get an immediate response that the transformation has started. Okay, and once the result is done, it's going to emit, and then I'll see that notification. I can click on it directly to go and view the transformation. Okay, so here it is. Yeah, on the transformation cards you see this view transformation details that will allow you to see the transformation that was applied. Okay, so the order was rotate then grayscale. Okay, and for rotate you applied 180 degrees, and then grayscale was true, which means we applied grayscale. Okay, great. So let me go back to the images page. Okay, and then I can see that you have one transformed image. All right, so let's walk through these features. Okay, the first is the view. Okay, if you click on the view, it's going to take you to the image, that particular images page. Image page, sorry. Okay, so in the image page you see the full image. Okay, the image in full. Okay, along with the name, the size, the format, and then the number of transformed images that it has. Okay, so currently I have only one. Okay, it also shows the date that it was uploaded. In this case it was it's today at 1:49 p.m. Okay, and also shows us the various actions that you can apply. Okay, so you can transform it again, you can like it, you can make it public. Like I was saying, by default it's private. Okay, so applying this will make it public, okay, and then we can download or delete it. Okay, great. And below that, it also shows the various transformed images of the current image. Okay, so it also has the filtering and sorting, as well as pagination too. Okay, so in this case, we can't search by title or name because the name is basically the current image that we are looking at, which is image 6. Okay, you can't filter by title, but we can filter by the size and also apply sorting. Okay, and if we have multiple transformations to, they're going to be paginated. Okay, great. So the actual transform images also has the actions similar to um the actions on the original image as well. Okay, so there is no particular difference between transformed images and uploaded images. Okay, they're basically the same, just that one is a child of the other. Okay, but they are all images. Okay, yeah. Let me go back to the images page, and we've looked at transform. Okay, so let's apply another transformation. All right, so this time I'm going to resize to a square format. So I'm going to use 480 as the width and 480 as the height. Okay, and I'm going to make it cover, the fit mode cover. Okay, so it's going to fit that weight. Okay, and I'm not going to apply rotation. I'm going to apply grayscale though. I'm going to apply tint as well. So the tint I'm going to choose is I want to choose, let me choose this tint, reddish. Okay, great. Now let's customize the other. So like I was saying, in this case, the other really matters because um when you apply the grayscale and when you apply the tint really matters. Okay, so for example, if I applied the tint before the grayscale, okay, the tint is not going to affect much because the grayscale, which is the black and white, is going to overwrite it. Okay, but if I apply the grayscale and apply the tint, the tint is going to be visible. Okay, so I'm going to leave the current order as it is, or let me just add the resize at the bottom. Okay, so first of all, apply the black and white, then apply the reddish tint, then um resize it. Okay, so let's transform. Great. So once again, it's going to process it asynchronously, and right after the result is in, which was very fast, I'm going to get the results. Okay, great. So you can see the new transformation. All right. So yeah, the other was grayscale, tint, and resize. Okay. I don't know if it's kind of visible to you, but you can see some difference between these two. Okay, this one was only grayscale, but this one is grayscale and tint. I'm not talking about this one being no I'm talking about the rotation where this is like normal and this one is rotated 180 degrees. Okay, I'm talking about like the actual color. Okay, you notice this only black and white, and then this black and white with reddish tints. Okay, yeah, the reddish, it's a bit there, but it's not that visible. Okay, because the black and white is kind of more predominant. Okay, compared to the reddish tint. Okay, but you can see the transformation here. So the resize was 480 480. The tint was there, that color. My camera is blocking my view. Okay, and then there is the resize too. Okay, great. So as you can see, this one is more squarish compared to this one. Okay, I don't know if that's really visible to you, but let's view the image in full to see. Okay, so it looks more like a square. Okay, and you can see that the size actually dropped because of the transformation. It has dropped from 400 and something to just 19 kilobytes. Okay, and then also the quality has really reduced. Okay, great. So let's go back to images. So now we have two transform images. Okay, great. The next feature is like. Okay, so like you just click on like and then the image is like, that's basically it. It's not any big deal. Okay, and you see how fast that was. that's called optimistic updates. Okay, an optimistic UI feature. Okay, so right after I clicked on the like, it's liked. When I click on it again, it's going to unlike. Okay, so behind the scene, the request is being made. I don't have to wait for the request to finish before the change is reflected. Okay, so right after I click on the like, it's going to show the like thing. Okay, so you have one like now. Great. So next I can choose to make it public or private. Okay, so that one is also optimistic. Okay, so right after I clicked on the make public thing, then now the image is now public. Okay, so let's go to public images, and you see that it's visible there as well. Okay, but when I go back to images and I make it private, okay, now it's private. When I go to public images, I'm not going to see it in the public images, okay. So this also means that it's not going to be visible to other users on a platform, okay. Great. So yeah, it's private now. I want to keep it as private, okay. The next thing is download. Okay, so I can download the image, and right away you see that the download count is now one, okay. So yeah, once the download is successful, you're going to see the notification that appeared, and then the image will be downloaded to your um your device. Okay, so you can download multiple times if you want. So it's currently two downloads. Okay, great. But you can only like or unlike. You can't like your own image multiple times. Okay, because every like is unique to a particular user and then that image. Okay, great. So yeah, the next thing is delete. Okay, but I'm not going to demonstrate that right now. Maybe I'll demonstrate that on one of the transform images. Okay, but what that does is going to show you this dialog and let you know that confirm if you want to delete the image. Okay, so it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to delete this image with the image name building? Okay, so it also lets you know that all the transform images and then the nested transformations are also, that if there are any, are also going to be deleted, okay, and the action cannot be undone. Okay, so what that means is if I delete this parent image, all its transformed images, which are these ones, are also going to be deleted. If this one also has transformed images, the nested ones are also going to be deleted. Okay, so if I delete the parent, the children, the grandchildren, the grandchildren, all of them are going to be deleted. Okay, that's basically what that means. But if I delete from here, it's only its children and grandchildren are going to be deleted. I hope that makes sense. Okay, great. So I've already demonstrated the transform, the like on like, the make public or private, the download. Let me show you how the delete works on one of these. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one. Okay, let me delete this transform image. Okay, yeah, so I'm sure then I'll delete. Once it's deleted, it's gone. Okay, so it's left with just this one transformed image. Okay, great. So let's apply one more transformation that's kind of um different from this one. Okay, so I'm just going to apply only tinting. So yellowish tints or greenish. Let me use greenish. Okay, greenish tints, and yeah, just that. Okay, let me just apply only this. Great. All right, so it's processing. Once it's done, it's going to appear here, and you'll see. Okay, so it seems this one took a lot of time. I'm not sure why, but let's see. Okay, all right, it's done. This one took quite a lot of time. Yeah. Okay, so right now you can notice a difference. That's how the tint is like. Okay, so in this transformation, we're applying a tint. Okay, a color filter on top of it, a greenish color filter. Okay, and that's how it looks like. Okay, so you can apply various transformations on your images, whether uploaded or transformed. Okay, so let me demonstrate how you can apply transformation on an already transformed image. Okay, all right, so I'm going to rotate this one back to normal so that it looks better. Okay, so 180 degrees, then to go back to vertical. not vertical, like the normal version. Okay, so just that. Shall I apply a tint? No, just rotate it. Okay. Okay. All right. So it's processing. All right, it's done. Okay. So yeah, once it's done, see after clicking on that link, it redirected me to the transform image page. You see how it's like. Okay. So it shows you the transform image, its size, the number of nested transformations, the date that it was transformed on, and then there's a link to go back to the original image. Okay, so let me click on this to go back to the transform image, and I can see the transform images. Okay, so you can view the transformation that you apply, which in this case is just 180 degrees rotation. Okay, great. So yeah, about image upload, image transformation, and image management. Okay, so you can upload an image, you can apply transformation on it. These are the examples that we've just done here. Okay, um you can like and unlike. Let me like these two. I don't like this one. I kind of like this one, and I like its shouts too, but I don't like this one. I'm changing my mind. I like this one instead. Okay. Yeah. So back to images. You can make your image private or public, which means when it's public, it will be visible to other users on the platform. Okay. Let me go to the public images. So these are images of other users on the platform. Okay. Yeah. Very nice images. You can also upload your nice images as well. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So let me go back to images. I was thinking of something. Yeah, and then you can download your image and you can also delete. Okay, so let me demonstrate that delete to you. Okay, and to show you that it's going to delete the parents, sorry, the children and the children as well. Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm going to delete this one. Okay, so I'm going to delete, and it's going to delete the parent, going to delete the grandchild child of one of the children. Okay, so all the images are gone. Okay, yeah, great. So let's start from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to the public images, and I'm going to download someone's image. So I'm going to like this one, and I'm going to download it, and I'm later going to upload it as my own. Okay, so I've downloaded it. I want to download more. Let me download this one as well. Okay, let me like it too. And let me download the lion too. Great. So yeah, this is the so yeah, as you can see, there are only 18 images at the moment. Okay, and initially when I let me reload, when you open the page initially, only 9 are shown at a time. Okay, and you can click on load more to display the other images. Okay, great. So if that current image has transform images that are public, it's going to show here. Okay, so for example, with this image, it has 3 transform images that are public. Okay, so I can click to view it, and I'll be able to see the public transform images as well. Okay, very cool. This one is really nice. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think that that's an error. Okay, I'm not authorized to access this transformed image. Okay, so there's an error that's looking to and fix. Okay, I should be able to like it. All right. Okay. So yeah, I think that's basically it. Let me go back to images and upload the images that I just downloaded. Okay. All right. So let me upload the first one, the eagle. Okay. Size is 3.3 megabytes and it's also JPEG. Mm. So when the images are large, they usually take quite a while to upload. Okay, great. Let me upload more. Next is the sunflower, and the last one, the lion 7.1 megabytes, high quality image. Huh. All right. Okay. So yeah, the next feature. So if you talk about the drag and drop, I've already showed you that. If you talk about yeah, so about the validation, okay. So you can only upload an image with maximum of 10 megabytes, okay, per image, okay. So you can't upload an image that exceeds the 10 megabytes, okay. Yeah. So the next thing is image type validation. So we only accept image actual images file, okay. When you try to upload a PDF, it's not going to work. Okay, yeah. Maybe I should demonstrate that to you. So let me see. So I'm going to try and upload a non-image file. I'm going to you see I try upload a non-image file. It's going to ignore it. Okay, so they didn't even show a preview. Okay, yeah. All right. So next in is transformation. Before we talk about transformation, the resize, the rotate, the grayscale, and then the things. If you talk about that, we also talk about the custom ordering. Okay, you can choose to specify the order in which you want the transformations to be applied. Okay, also talk about transforming already transformed image. You've also talk about like the image transformation flow in general, and then the real-time notifications. Okay, you've already seen that where after right after um transforming an image, you get a notification that the transformation is going on. Okay, so let me show you. Let me apply just a grayscale to this image. Okay, so right after transforming, I get the notification that it has started, and once it's done, I'm going to get another notification. Okay, so it just finished, and I'll get the notification, and it will take me to see the newly transformed image. Pretty cool, huh? All right. So yeah, next thing is the image gallery. I've already talked to you about the image gallery. Okay, so here's the sunflower image info. It's really nice. Okay, so you can go to images, go to public images. Okay, when I make my public image also public, when I let me make this image also public. Show you. Okay, and now when I go to public images, so you have two sunflower images. Okay, one belongs to me, so I can apply these modifications. Okay, this one doesn't belong to me, so I can't like apply transformations or delete it. Okay, good. All right. Yeah. Um. What's next? What's next? The filtering. I've already talked about the filtering. I've talked about the sorting. I've talked about the pagination, the load more pagination, and then the image details. You've already seen that. Download tracking. You've already seen that. When you go to your public images, for example, you can see let's sort by downloads. The most downloads first. Okay, so this is the image with the most downloads, the eagle image. It has the most downloads of 5 downloads. Okay, and next thing is image deletion. So you've already demonstrated that where after deleting an image, its children and sub children, if there are any, are also going to be deleted. Okay, Great. And we've also talked about the social features, so you can make your images public. You can like others' images. Others can also like your images. Okay. And then you can browse with filtering. You can sort here. You can, so all the images are JPEG. Okay. So you can also filter by size. So currently the image with the smallest size is this one, which is 210 kilobytes. Okay. So this you can apply um the filtering that you want. Okay, this I want to see images from 2 megabytes upwards. Okay, I'll apply this filter and then it's going to filter the images. Okay, great. Or if I want images from the lowest to maximum of 2 megabytes, I can apply this as well. Okay, great. And I can clear the filter to reset everything to default. All right. Next in is dark mode. Yeah, so these are UX feature I'm going to demonstrate. Okay, so dark mode. First of all, is dark mode. So all this time I've been using the dark mode. I prefer that one. Okay, but there is also the light mode. Let me show you how it is. Boom. Do you see that? Yeah. So this is the light mode version. Not really. It doesn't look nice to me. That's why I prefer the dark mode. Okay. So let me go back to the dark mode. But if you like the light mode, it's there. You can use it. Okay. Next is responsive design. Responsive design. Okay. So let me demonstrate that to you as well. So I'm going to use this extension. Great. Okay. So this is the um mobile version. Okay. So it's very good looking. So the public images with the filters and then the sorting and then the actual images as well. Okay. So you can load more to view additional images. Okay. Very cool. It really looks nice. Okay, so the build transformator is only showing the B logo. Yeah, that's not logo, just component that I made. Okay, this is your profile. You see your name, your email. You can sign out. You can delete your account, which I'll show you very soon. And this is the dark mode, light mode. Okay, yeah. All right, now let's see how it is on a tablet. So I'm going to use iPad Pro 11. Okay, so here is how it looks like on iPad Pro 11. Okay, so here you see the name of the application, Build Transformator in full, because it can fit. Okay, there is also your name, and then there is the images. Okay, so the difference here is the filters are shifted to be on new lines, and then the images are displayed 2 per row. Okay, yeah, instead of 3 on normal desktop. Okay, and finally, let's see how it is on MacBook Air, normal laptop. Okay, all right. Okay, so this is how it looks like on MacBook Air or normal laptops. It's going to appear like this. Okay, so the filters and then the images in groups of 3. Okay, good. So let me go back to a normal view. Okay, the next feature is the loading stage. So you have these 9 skeletons that shows you that the loading is going on. Okay, and it looks very much similar to how the actual view is like. Okay, good. Next is error handling. So you've seen the error when we try to like an image that doesn't belong to us. We got a nice error to let us know what's going on, and yeah. And when there is successful, like something goes successfully, you see the toast notification as well. Okay, great. Next is optimistic updates. I've already talked about that. So for example, toggling like on like and toggling private or private or public. Okay, so that's optimistic. Okay, so that doesn't have to wait for the request to finish before you see the update. It's immediate. Okay, good. So yeah, Um, right. So I think that's basically it about build transformator. Okay. Talk about the real-time updates. You talk about image preview, transformation history. You talk about that, and cascade deletion. Okay. So I think if you talk about all the features of build transformator. Okay. I think there's a few more I'd like to talk about, but those are like the server side stuff. Okay. So an example is the asynchronous processing. Okay, so like I said, when you apply the transformation, you don't have to wait for the um, transformation to finish before like you get the feedback. Okay, so right after applying the transformation, you're going to get an immediate feedback. Let me show you an example here. Which I've already shown you multiple times, but let me show you again. So let me use this dark red filter for this one. So I think it's a bit cool. Yes. So I get an immediate notification that the transformation is going on, okay, and it's being processed asynchronously. Once it's done, I get this notification and I can click to view the new transformation. Okay, so that's it about the asynchronous processing. Okay, so you have this really nice transformed image. Okay, great. The next thing is about yeah, so before that, like I was saying, I'm using Boolean kill to handle this, okay? So it's going to process it separately from the actual server. Okay, it's still on the server, but it's going to release the, let me see, the pressure on the server. Okay, so this time whenever requests come in, the server just give the backend sorry, the client's response, and then continues to listen to other requests. Okay, so this way it doesn't have to finish processing a particular request before handling the next request and so on. Okay, so the boolean queue can process two requests at the same time. So I see multiple users send requests at the same time, the server is going to quickly let them know that the transformations are going on, okay, and it's going to process those two at the same time. So um the two users are going to kind of get their responses at the same at the same time too. Okay, that's if they are applying like similar transformations. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so yes, that's it for Boolean queue. Next is the parallel processing, which I just talked about. Okay, so you have two transformation jobs that are running in parallel to make it more efficient. Okay, yeah, and then there is the caching. So let me demonstrate an example. Back here, okay, I have a transformation, and the transformation was simply applying a grayscale. Okay, yeah. So let's say I try to apply the same transformation, which is just grayscale, to this same image. Okay, let's see. So right after I apply the transformation, I get this notification that the image transformation already exists. Okay, so it's not going to reprocess this. You see, that's the benefit of caching. Okay, so the processing takes time and it's also consuming. Okay, so it's not going to process the same transformation again. So just going to take the cache results and then return it to me. Okay, this makes it very fast and release or yeah, release the server side in on like pressure, so there's less pressure on the server side. I hope that makes sense. Okay, great. But if I try to, let's say I apply a different transformation, a grayscale and array size, for example. Let me say, let me just use it, no grayscale. Okay, so let me use for example, just a tint. Okay, so let me apply some greenish tint. Okay, this is a different transformation from the grayscale. Okay, so it doesn't provide me with the cache results. Instead, it's going to run this transformation differently. Okay, and it's going to provide me the results once it's done. Hope that makes sense. Great. All right. So the next thing is real-time notification. If you talk about that, there's also validation going on. Okay, for example, the password validation, and then if we check this UI, sorry, the Swagger UI here, there's a API documentation for that. This is the API that's powering in this build transformator front end. Okay, so everything that request comes to one of these APIs and is going to process and then send a response. Okay, so there are validations going on here too that ensures that you are sending the correct payload request payload to the server side, and it's going to validate and ensure that it's valid before storing or like processing. Okay, great. So yeah, I think I've talked about pretty much everything about build transform attacking, and yeah. So if you want additional information, you can check out the documentation. I'll leave the links below. Okay, so there is link to the server side on. Sorry, there's link to the backend repo. There's link to the front end repo. Okay, and then there's link to the live or the deployed version on the description. Okay, so you can check the description and then you can check them out. Okay, great. So I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. Okay, and yeah, if you have any question, you can add it in the comments. Yeah, that's basically it. Okay, so thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll please see you soon. I'll probably upload a new video soon. Okay, but until next time. Okay, so oh yeah, one more thing. I think I said I'll demonstrate the deletion. Okay, so to really demonstrate the deletion, I think let me use this as an example. So like I said, if an image is deleted, okay, uh yeah, if an image is deleted, let me come again. Okay, if you delete your account, all your data is going to be deleted. Okay, so how I'm going to demonstrate is this. So as you can see, we have John Doe. This current user John Doe has a public image here. Okay, so that means all other users can see it. Okay, so here is our dashboard. Currently, we have three images, two private, one public, and then three private transformations, zero downloads, total downloads, one like 30 megabytes used, and a total of 19 public images. Okay, one of which belongs to us. This one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me add this one to public too. Okay, so what I want to demonstrate is I'm going to delete my account. Okay, and then sign in as Gideon. Okay, so when I sign in as Gideon and I go to the public images, I shouldn't be able to see these two images. Okay, because they belong to John Doe and John Doe has deleted his account. I hope that makes sense. Sorry. So yeah, let me delete my account. Okay, so it's going to ask you, actually want to delete your account. This action cannot be undone and it's going to permanently delete all your accounts and your data. Okay, so you are sure, and you just go ahead and delete. All right, so account deletion was successful, and yeah, great. So let me sign in as Gideon. Before that, let me try to sign in as John Doe, the account that I just deleted. Okay, so when I try to sign in, you see I'm going to get invalid email or password because this account doesn't exist in the database. Okay, so I'm going to get that error. Now let me sign in into Gideon, which is an existing account. Okay, so I'm signing in as Gideon, and yeah, great. So as you can see, those public images of John Doe are gone. Okay. It was initially 20, but now they are just 18. Okay. So his lion and then sunflower images are gone. Okay. And all the actions that he did, for example, if he liked, let's say, this image, or if he downloaded this image, it's going to subtract from it. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. I've discussed everything that needs to be discussed about build transformator, and I hope you check it out, and your feedback is welcome. Okay, and if you are a developer too, you can contribute to the repo, maybe have a new feature like you like to add. You can create you can fork it and then create a branch to work on that new feature and submit a pull request. So I'll check it out and merge it to the repo. Okay, great. So I hope you enjoy using it, and then yeah, thank you very much for working. Sorry. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you very much for watching. Okay, so yeah, bye for now. Bye. All right.